Hi guys! Today I want to talk about the 3 smartest things I bought for my post-surgery recovery. There were only 3 things, but I feel they made my post-surgery recovery and the whole process so much easier. There was also a follower who asked me to show how I put on the sling, so I also will be doing it in this video. But if you're getting the surgery and you have no experience with sling, don't stress. Neither did I, but the nurse in the hospital will show you how to do that. And I will just share some life hacks that made that wearing of the sling a little bit easier. So here are the 3 things that helped me the most. Let's start with the sling. This is a surgical sling I got from hospital and I will put it on so you will see. I will do it with one hand because that's the way how I did it after the surgery. And here I have a loop that I put around my waist. It is limiting external rotation. And there is another sling. I put it around my shoulder and bring it on the top of the opposite shoulder. Now I have an elbow pocket here. I will put my elbow in there and I will just close it with a Velcro on the back and on the front to provide the optimal support for my shoulders. The most important part is that your elbow is fully rested in that elbow pocket. So just relax it and let it hang in there. There is also a small loop for your thumb inside the sling. You can put your thumb in there and close your sling again. I did it sometimes, but it wasn't my favorite because my hand was getting really stiff after the surgery. So I preferred to change the position from time to time. My surgery was done during the winter in the Netherlands and it was really cold and I was wearing a lot of bulky clothes over my shoulder and then I felt like this sling was too small. Later I moved to Thailand for a vacation and when I'm not wearing anything on my shoulder, the sling is just perfect. Yeah, but back then it felt like my wrist would be hanging out of the sling and it was a bit annoying because it was also pulling a bit on my shoulder as well. So I came up with the life hacks that I would like to share with you. I just got a scarf. You can use any scarf you like. You will put it around your neck like this. You can close it. You can also ask somebody else to do it. You don't have to adjust it too often. Just do it once. Find the comfortable height. And just let your wrist to rest in that scarf. It will might take you a few tries to find a comfortable height. Maybe this is too high, then you need to get it a bit lower. But this provided so much more rest for my wrist and then it was not straining my shoulder anymore. I also had another sling that I bought myself. It was made of polyester and it was not very helpful. Whereas the elbow was supposed to rest in that nice corner, it was rounded. So elbow was never fully rested and I barely used that sling. But still I use it for showering. That it was made from polyester was really helpful because it was drying very quickly. During the first few weeks I was feeling like I cannot just allow my arm to hang in the shower. It felt like it's going to fall off. So having some support of that sling during that 5-10 minutes of showering was actually helpful. Then after 6 weeks I was finally allowed to remove the sling. But I still felt like my arm was too weak and could not support itself. So I bought another sling that I call my sling light. It's basically a band with some velcros attached to it. And you can adjust it as you like. You put it around your neck and one loop is supporting your elbow and the other one is supporting your wrist. It's not limiting external rotation anymore, but after week 6 I didn't need it so much, but it still supported my arm. And when it was feeling tired, I could just let it hang in that sling. And for that in-between phase that lasted for 2 weeks, it was very helpful. The second helpful thing after the surgery were the pillows. Sleeping after shoulder surgery is not very comfortable for a while. To support your shoulder better, you are going to use a lot of pillows. Some people also like to use towel rolls. I'll also use them, but I found pillows much easier, especially for the first few weeks. Also, I bought a wedge pillow. This is basically a triangle pillow, so I could sleep seated, kind of half-seated, upright. It really helped me a lot in the beginning. Here you see the picture of me making a nest around me with many pillows, including this wedge pillow and including the elbow support pillows. That wedge pillow did not come alone. There were also another pillows. One was for my neck. It was actually attached to that wedge, so I could support my neck on it. And there were also arm rests that I could rest my elbow on. And later on, when I was allowed to remove the sling, but my arm was not feeling very comfortable yet, I ended up carrying this small pillow around with me to the restaurants to eat out. So during eating, I could just rest my arm on that. It's a small thing, but it was really helpful because my arm was feeling so tired in those first weeks when I could remove the sling. The other helpful thing that I bought was an orthopedic pillow. After shoulder surgery, you will have to sleep only on your back for a while. It's not very comfortable, not for your neck, not for your back, but I found that orthopedic pillow, like this, it's a butterfly pillow, helped so much, and I could sleep more comfortable and have kind of mini turns, maybe just rotating my neck onto one side. That felt kind of the closest thing you can get to the side sleeping. So this made it so much easier to sleep in my bed again. Another thing that I found very helpful was to buy a silk pillowcase, like this. After surgery, I was spending a lot of time laying down or sleeping, and my hair was getting frizzy and messy, and I don't really like it. And I was quite limited because I had only one hand to style my hair. So it was adding another layer of frustration to it. Sleeping on a silk pillowcase helped a lot with this because it helps to reduce the frizz. And your hair looks nicer for longer periods of time, so you can go longer without needing to wash it. Because washing your hair after the shoulder surgery is another difficult thing. The third smartest thing I bought was a button shirt. I don't have it with me, but I will explain you and I will show you the pictures. So it has buttons over here on the sleeve which open up as you pull them, so kind of like male strippers when they open their pants. And you can open it on the side, which was the most important, and also here from the underneath. If you putting it on, you don't have to move your arm up or down. You just can let it hang and put the sleeve around and just close it yourself or let somebody to do that for you. I'm really happy I bought this shirt after the surgery. Even my surgeon says that this was very smart, because getting dressed after shoulder surgery is not as simple as you think. The nurses in the hospital, they did show me how to do it, but I was feeling it's putting unnecessary strain on my shoulder and it was already in so much pain. Those are three things that I bought for my surgery recovery, and they did not remove the pain, they did not make my life fantastic, but they made the daily things easier, and they were not so expensive. If you look up, you will find all of them on Amazon. I'm not selling those things, I'm not promoting them, just sharing my own experience. And if you just use the image search, just make a print screen of the photos I shared, or look up for the post-surgical shirt or orthopedic butterfly pillow or the wedge pillow, you will come up with something what you can buy in your region. And I hope this would help you as much as it helped me. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions for anything related to post-shoulder surgery recovery, let me know. I'll be happy to share my experience with you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.